What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Also hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Football is finally back. It is here. The offseason is over. No more pandering. No more propaganda. No more just making up stories for the clicks, for the subs, for the followers. We are finally back. It is official. Last night kicked off week 1 of the regular season, and it couldn't have went no better for Raiders fans. For Raider Nation, last night was just It was beautiful. You saw the Kansas City Chiefs go out there at home and just absolutely stink it up against the Detroit Lions. And I mean stink it up from top to bottom. They was exposed because in my opinion, it shows you that the Chiefs just ain't what they usually are. They couldn't muster up none of those magical plays, the hickory-dickory docks, the tomfooleries that they try to do with putting tight ends under center and bringing extra wingbacks. And then you got a goofy-ass Patrick Mahomes just walking away and all kind of goofy stuff going on. It just didn't work last night. The Chiefs obviously have taken a step back. Now, I preface those comments by saying Travis Kelce didn't play. That is a big part of their offense. A lot of their plays run through Kelce. So, obviously, him not being there is a big deal. But the Chiefs have never really been a team that when one guy is not there, all of a sudden they just stink. And to be fair, without Eric Bieniemy there, I don't know, the play calling to me I just wasn't impressed with the play calling. So overall, what I saw last night was the Chiefs being exposed, but more being early seasons, week 1. But the defense played well, but I kind of can't help but feeling like you got to blame that game on Patrick Mahomes. Now, I'm only using the ideology of the car haters, right? If we just take the way, the logic that they break it down, that loss is on Patrick Mahomes. Because Patrick Mahomes only scored 20 points. Patrick Mahomes threw a pick 6. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback, has the ball in his hands every play. He didn't convert on 4th downs. So you got to blame Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs losing, right? Hell no. Doesn't it sound stupid? Doesn't it sound dumb to blame the quarterback when we clearly saw all the other things going wrong in that game? I digress. I'm going to leave it right there because I already can tell right now. They can't wait to jump into the comments and talk trash online that they would never say to somebody's face. But anyway, let's keep talking about this, okay? Because I think it shows that the Raiders have a real chance if they even have a competent defense to be able to compete with the likes of the Kansas City Chiefs this year. I know it's only the first game of the year. Everybody's rusty. Everybody's just coming off a vacation. Patrick Mahomes looks chubby in the belly. We know. We understand that they're not in mid-season form, but at the end of the day, the Detroit Lions showed me that if you just have someone that resembles a competent defense, which is all I've been asking for years now, just give me a defense that can get off the field on 3rd and longs, get off the field on 4th downs, create a couple turnovers, which the Detroit Lions definitely did last night, contain the Chiefs, because you can't necessarily stop the Chiefs, right? You just got to contain them and keep them from making some of those trademark big plays downfield. It doesn't help that Kadarius Toney can't catch a cold. Damn, the boy got bricks for hands. He looked like he was trying to catch a briefcase off a roof. Like he just can't catch. So obviously all that plays into effect. But when I think about our Raiders, I think about our offense, and I think our offense will be able to put up points. I think when you talk about Josh Jacobs, you talk about Garoppolo having a firm grasp on the offense and how the system works under McDaniels. Then you talk about Devontae Adams. You talk about a healthy Hunter Renfro. I just think the Raiders are going to put up points. I don't think that will be the issue. It was only our issue last year. I feel like last year we didn't score a lot of points and we sputtered in the second half of games. But I feel like this season the Raiders will score points. So it's really going to come down once again to the defense. Go figure. Who would have thought? What a coinky dink. The same thing that I've been preaching for years is the same thing that's going to determine whether the Raiders are good or not. It has nothing to do with the quarterback position right now. Has nothing to do with the wide receiver. Has nothing to do with the running back. Has nothing to do with the line. Has nothing to do with the offense. Has nothing to do with the coaches. It has everything to do with how those players can perform on the defensive side of the ball. Can that line create pressure? If the line creates pressure, that creates more opportunities for the back end of the defense to make plays. But if you're not getting any pressure on the quarterback and he has 4 or 5 seconds to throw the ball in the NFL, you are not going to be able to guard NFL receivers for that long. You can't guard high school receivers for 5 seconds, okay? Because you can't touch anybody. It's holding downfield. It's illegal touching. PI calls are just running rampant in the NFL because they want to see high-scoring teams and high-scoring games. So if you can create pressure on the quarterback, the Raiders have a chance to be a very successful team, but that's a big if because we just haven't seen it yet. I like Max Crosby. I like Tyree Wilson, who we drafted, but at the end of the day, the pressure has to be coming up the middle because if you get pressure around the edges, quarterbacks can just step up. You saw that last night with Patrick Mahomes, right? Aiden Hutchinson was creating pressure around the edges, but Patrick Mahomes on several occasions was able to just step up, kind of skirt through there and find people downfield or just run for first downs, and those are killers. Those are backbreakers to a team that is trying to get off the field when you're talking about defense. So last night showed me a couple things. The Chiefs looked like they might have taken a step back, especially in the play calling department, because I thought the play calling was really sus last night. But also, it shows that any team that has a competent defense can give the Chiefs a run for their money right now. Right now, it's early. It's early, okay? So we'll see how that plays out. But it was beautiful to see Patrick Mahomes struggling on the sideline, crying and shit. Like, I just absolutely love seeing stuff like that. When you talk about the Raiders' first game of the year, okay, Raiders' first game of the year, we got the Denver Broncos. I will just tell Raiders fans right now, you should be cautiously optimistic, okay? Because do not dismiss what a new coach can do to a locker room. What a new coach and a culture and a winning culture can do to a locker room, okay? The Broncos are going to be much improved just on the standpoint of culture alone. Those are pros. Some of those are veterans. You got a quarterback that has won Super Bowls there. You got a coach that has won a Super Bowl there. So at the end of the day, you got to understand that they're going to come out here and be ready to play football. And you can't just look at the past and say, well, Josh Jacobs is this and Josh. Look, it's a whole new year. It's a whole new year. I think last night was the first time Patrick Mahomes has ever thrown an interception in the first game of a season. Things happen. Things can change. Nothing stays the same, okay, except for the Raiders' awful defense. But we'll see how that changes this year. I'm optimistic about the defense. So when you talk about us playing the Broncos, I think that the game is probably going to be closer than it should be. I think fans are going to be a little disappointed with the fact that we're not going to be quite where a lot of people think we should be at this point. Ultimately, I think the Raiders win this game. I think the Raiders beat the Broncos. I think you're looking at in my opinion, you're probably looking at a 31-24 type game, 31-24, something like that. I think the Raiders will not have problems scoring points. I think the Raiders are going to have problems stopping teams from scoring points. I don't know if that necessarily means Russell Wilson and their gang, because I think Jerry Jeudy might be injured. Broncos offense never really scares me. They do play a relatively sound defensive scheme, and I think it could give Garoppolo issues in the beginning, but inevitably I think the Raiders win this one going away at the end of the game, 31-24. And I'm excited to see it, man. I'm excited to see Raiders football back. I'm excited because the Chiefs already lost, and I think the AFC West is going to be a little closer than people might have assumed in the beginning. I still don't want to sleep on them Chargers because even though they always get hyped all year, the Chargers seem to be a team that have enough talent to beat anybody. They got to just put all the pieces together and we'll see. But I think the Raiders beat the Broncos, and I'm excited to see what the defense looks like. I'm excited to see the secondary, Marcus Peters, Trayvon Merrick, Nate Hobbs. Like, I'm just excited to see that. Of course, I want to see Max Crosby, although I know what Max Crosby is going to do. He's going to go out there and be Max Crosby, right? So I want you guys to get down in the comments and let me know how you feel about the Chiefs game last night, even though I think I already know. But also, let me know your predictions for the game with the Broncos versus the Raiders this weekend. Week 1, game 1 for us. It's time for us to go out there and just prove some people wrong. Go out there and just play to our expectations, play to our standards, and just go out there and play Raider football. Be tough, be physical, and get the job done. Get down in the comments, let me know what y'all think. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on this channel, well, damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Until next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.